going to show you what happens when it gets to these boundary markers. Totally ignores it, pushes it out of the way. It's like it doesn't even see it. It sees it coming straight on, but when it's to its right, look at that. It's just pushing it right out of the way, completely ignoring it. I mean, it's unbelievable. This thing is totally useless. Just pull it that way, pull it this way. Unbelievable. You know, I'm trying to block off this area around my desk so I can work in peace without being disturbed by the robot. And sometimes it's moved this whole marker just completely out of the way and gone into my desk area anyway. So every day the chairs start off neatly placed like these four, and every day they end up pushed wildly around like this. And of course the robot has already been here. Now, I place them the way I do because the robot can actually get through those front legs without any problem. It can physically get through the back legs too. They are wide enough to accommodate the robot, as perhaps you'll see if it can navigate properly here. But anyway, I know they're a little narrow, but I don't think it's too unusual for chairs to be this size. But once it knocks one of the chairs around, then it kind of messes up the navigation through the rest of the chairs because they're no longer evenly placed. Second time around, now it's having trouble. Got through fine the first time, but not the second time. Third time. Now it will physically fit through the front legs of those two chairs, and it can go. It can pass through both of them without any problem. If it could navigate and figure that out, which sometimes it does, but most of the times it doesn't. Go crazy now. Look at that. It's completely no reason for it to do that. Just Plenty of space for it to get through there. It's like it hits the leg and just gets so hung up and starts backing up and pushing the chairs around. Really crazy. So now we have the second chair moved slightly from where it was originally. And of course that first chair moved wildly from where it was. Now it's at the end of the table. I just have never understood why it backs up so hard when it's free and clear in the front and it could easily go forward. Like that. How in the world does it get into this position? It's crazy. So as you can see now, all 6 of these chairs were evenly placed, perfectly positioned, and now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them are out of place. This is the only one that still is basically in place. But the rest of them have been moved out of position from their straight, even placing, and this one has been totally moved, like radically moved. That's crazy. But it's going to keep going, and I promise you by the time it's finished, these chairs will be even more out of place than they are right now. And the more it moves them out of place, the more it gets caught. Because if this chair were moved more to the left, it could get through there without any problem. So it's actually creating more problems for itself every time it moves a chair. I place them strategically, purposely, to give the robot plenty of clear path in between all the chairs. But once it pushes them out of place like this, it blocks its own path, making the job even more difficult. You see, it's totally trapped itself now. If I have to move this chair out of place, so now it will continue and move it even more out of place. Alright, the saga continues. It's obviously been under this chair many times already. I don't know why it keeps coming back. If it would just leave and say, okay, I've tried enough, I'm finished, and give up, that would be great. Why is it going in there once again? It's crazy. It's like the 5th or 6th time it's been under that chair. Now I'm assuming it's thinking, I haven't abused this chair enough yet, so let me go back for some abuse here. And there goes the abuse. See, I told you these chairs would be moved even more out of place. Wow, look at that. All he has to do is swing to the right a little bit and wiggle out. But instead, it's better to just bash the chair all around. Amazing. I mean, it's a shame not every furniture store sells chairs made especially for these robots where they're wide enough in the back and the front. But the fact is, they don't, and you guys know that there are a lot of chairs that aren't sized for robots, and it seems like you could program something into it, even if the robot says, hey, I'm going to ignore the chair. When I see something too narrow, I'll just back off and not even attempt it. That would even be better than what it's doing now. You know, and then on the days we really wanted it to clean under the chairs, we can move the chairs. But to have it leave everything in this kind of mess every day, and sometimes not even finished because it gets completely stuck, you know, it just doesn't work at all. The chair is definitely wide enough from all sides to accommodate the robot, and I'm sorry I didn't start the video sooner, but it's been stuck under there for about 45 seconds. But this is a chair that can take no blame at all for the robot getting stuck. Because as you can see, all the legs are plenty wide for it to easily pass through. Okay, this has been stuck under here for about 5 minutes now. And I didn't turn on the video sooner because I kept thinking it was going to get unstuck at any minute and I wouldn't have time to get the video cranked up. But, you know, I understand it can't go underneath this thing because it's too low or the robot's too high. But shouldn't it figure that out? Shouldn't it be able to back out and turn around and go somewhere else now? Literally, it's been here for 5 minutes already. And it's just doing that, going back and forth and back and forth. Some days, most days, it backs out of it okay without a problem. But then there are other days where it goes like this, and it just gets stuck. And the whole job is not going to be finished today. It's just not going to be finished. I have to turn the robot off, tell it to end this round of cleaning, and then put it over here in the hallway, put the strip down, and hope that it doesn't ignore it, and let it clean the rest of the apartment. So I have to kind of manually do it, but I'm telling you, if you cannot leave home and turn this thing on to run while you're at work and ever expect it to finish the whole house by the time you get home. It almost will never finish. It either gets stuck under chairs or it gets stuck under something like this, but it just will never finish the job. Still going. I mean, okay, so I've been videoing this for 1 minute and 45 seconds now, and I can't believe it's still under there for that long, and that's on top of the 5 minutes it was doing this before I started the video, so we're literally coming up on 7 minutes of this now. You know, I started the robot today at 1 o'clock. Normally, it will be back in the whole back end of the apartment within a little bit less than an hour. As you can see, it's just going to run out the battery right here, and it is not going to finish. Unbelievable. All right, well, that's all I have time for right now. I appreciate you watching. I hope you guys can get this worked out somehow. Thanks.